right, everyone, welcome to Sga Debates. A lively crowd here. So just so everyone, for a quick refresher, this morning at 8 a.m., if you check your MC3 student email, you will have gotten an email from Get Involved that is titled SGA Elections. Click on that. It'll take you to a SurveyMonkey page, and you can click for your SGA president and your SGA vice president for the 2017-18 academic year. This is your chance to have a voice in what goes on at Monco next year, so take advantage of it. And elections will close Thursday at midnight into Friday, so Friday technically at 12 a.m. We have elections for presidential candidates over here and vice presidential candidates over here. We're going to have a very simple format. Everyone will get 2 minutes to give an opening address, explain their platform. We have a series of questions we're going to ask each candidate. Each candidate will have 1 minute to respond. They don't have to take the full minute, but you won't get more than a minute. And then we're going to have a 1-minute closing statement. If we have any questions from the audience, we'll take them right before the closing statements if any of you have burning questions that haven't been addressed. So very quickly, we're just going to introduce the candidates. Over here, we have Kyle Morelli and Asteri Aliyah, and they are running for SGA Vice President. Over here, we have William Keller, Bill Keller, Emily Shim, and Thomas Meehan, all vying to be your president for next year. So we're going to start with the vice presidents. We'll have them just run right down the line and do their 2-minute welcome. And we do have a timekeeper, so if I tap you on the shoulder, wrap it up.
My name is Kyle Morelli, candidate for vice president. I'm the current treasurer for Phi Beta Lambda, Monco's business club here in Central, and also senator on student council. As your vice president, I plan to surround my duty by increasing student involvement on all Montgomery County Community College campuses. I joined student government and running for vice president with intentions on creating a much more memorable experience for our students outside the classroom. By doing so, I plan to renovate renovate the game room and music room located in College Hall on Central Campus and also create a more eventful community hub on all campuses. I look forward to hopefully serving as your vice president.
Hi guys, my name is Asteri Aliyah. I have been with SGA for a year. I am part of GCC Club. I was part of Clothing Club, but I couldn't. My main focus is getting the clubs and student body involved in everything. Not everything, but more involved. There's not a lot of communication between the student body and SGA, and I really want to work towards that. I feel that it's very important that everyone understands what's going on in our community and our student body and the events that we have. And hopefully I can help out with that, and even if I don't become vice president, I will continue trying to strive for that. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we'll hear from our presidential candidates.
Hi, my name is Thomas Meehan, and I'm running for your Student Government Association president. This year, I worked hard as your Student Government Association treasurer to revolutionize the process of allocating your student activity fee funds and making sure the funds were allocated responsibly. I also serve as the vice president of Phi Beta Lambda, the business club here on campus, where I help members grow professionally and achieve success on a national level. Recently, I was elected as state treasurer of Pennsylvania PBL, where I will serve over 650 members in our 24 schools across the state. Through hard work and dedication, student government has made great strides in setting the foundation to redefine student life. I would like to continue this work, making very important improvements that will build upon the foundation to make positive changes for the student body. My main goal for next year is to increase our overall student involvement on campus. Currently, there are many clubs on campus and great opportunities offered by the college, of which students are unaware. I'll set up committees whose purpose is to focus on improving the student body in key areas of resources and activities. This is just the start of what I hope to accomplish as your Student Government Association president. Most importantly, I want to hear your ideas for change within the college. With your help, we can make Montgomery County Community College not only a prestigious place of learning, but an eventful community hub. Vote for me for president. My name is Thomas Meehan, and I'm Meehan Business.
Hey everyone, my name is Emily Shim, and I'm the current Secretary of Student Government Association. Today, I'm vying to earn your vote to be the next Student Government President. Instead of making empty promises, I ask you to look at my record. Over the past year, I fulfilled my duties as SGA secretary, led a college-wide forum to gauge student opinion of student government, edited the SGA Constitution, and filled every student seat on Central Campus. In addition, I have been serving as the sole student representative on the college's strategic planning board, which sets the college's vision for the next 5 years. I believe that my experience, coupled with my personable, outgoing personality and my extensive plan to make student government a more transparent, inclusive organization, will make me a great next president. I look forward to discussing crucial student issues with my opponents today. Vote me to be your next student government president.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is William Keller, and I'm running for SGA president. I'm running for SGA president because I feel as though with my leadership capabilities, my personality, and my knowledge as an older individual, I feel I have what it takes to be your next SGA president. I'm currently the president of our Student Veterans Club here on campus. I've been doing that for a year now. I'm also very involved with other, community outreaches. We do a food drive for Men on Main, where last year we raised over 200 pounds of food in one semester. I also have served honorably in the military for 9 years, and I've also led a lot of individuals to being successful to this date. So put Sarge in charge for a better tomorrow, and thank you.
So in the interest of fairness, I have 5 pre-selected questions, and we're going to give each person a chance to start first, and then we'll rotate through. Just keep in mind, these are the vice presidential candidates, and these are the presidential candidates. So we'll start this way, keep it fair. So William, as a student at Monco, what are the top issues you believe students are facing? As president of SGA, what specific 2 goals will you make in regards to those issues, and what's your plan to achieve them? As a student at Monco, what are some of the top issues you believe students are facing? As the president of SGA, what 2 goals will you make in regards to those issues, and how would you plan on achieving them?
Well, I think one of the issues that the students face here on campus is cohesiveness. I don't think the students really go out of their way to try and collaborate with each other to build friendships. And one of the things I would like to do is establish that, making the college more of a family-oriented place to be with more group involvement. Secondly, I also think that a more collaborative culture between students, faculty, and administration, for example, creating task force to discuss and implement solutions for issues facing the college. So working together not only as students, but students, teachers, and administrative.
Oh, no, I'm good. As someone who's been part of student government for the past year, I'm very intimate with the issues that plague the student body. I think one of the top issues is that students don't know where to access resources. Even if they have questions, even if there's a solution for them, students don't know where to turn. And in order to combat that, if I'm elected president, I plan to hold frequent question and answer sessions across all of Monco's campuses, and that includes Central, West, Culinary, and other auxiliary campuses that may be present. And I plan on having student government representatives go to different campuses on maybe a monthly or bi-monthly basis to answer students' questions and address their concerns. I think the second issue that a lot of students face is, like my opponent William said, cohesiveness. I believe that in order to combat this, we need to provide more extensive funding to clubs in order to help them promote themselves. In order to do this, I'm going to be creating an online forum where students can discuss SAF requests.
So I definitely think that the 2 topics that my candidates also presented are very important. And I think that through the establishment of different college committees orchestrated by the student government, we can definitely find a solution to those things. But I think the biggest issue on campus is the cost of textbooks. So one of the committees I would like to definitely establish is, or reestablish, since we definitely made great strides with it this year, is an open educational resource committee, where we will work to figure out different ways to combat the cost of textbooks on campus. I also would like to implement a student resources committee, which would help redefine how the college establishes communication between students and itself. Because a lot of students don't know what different resources are available, as Emily said. And I think that definitely the key to that area is finding a good marketing solution as a business major. So, thank you.
All right, and for our VP candidates, the same question. What are your two main goals which would help support student issues but from the context of a vice president?
Thank you. So the main goals, the main issues I think that the school faces, the student body faces, is communication and affordability. Communication in particular is, I think this is really important, is because we don't really, again, as I said in my statement, we don't really have a good bond between clubs and student government, and we don't have a good bond between student government, clubs, and the student body. What I suggest that we do is that the SGA has approved is a hotspot here in Park House during downtime on Mondays and Wednesdays, where we advertise certain things that the school offers, like mental health or financial aid or scholarships that we have that isn't advertised normally. And then we'll have a club with us, and they'll advertise an event that they're doing soon. And that way we can spread it out more, and it can be better for everyone. Sorry. Dang it.
And to kind of piggyback on what Emily and all the presidential candidates were saying, there's plenty of resources that Montco offers that not a lot of students really understand or can kind of navigate their way through to really get the full, I guess you could say, the benefits from it. So what I would like to do if elected vice president is kind of set up a help desk, or to have a certain, on certain days, Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, at Central, West, and also for culinary, having things like people there to answer your questions, whether it be where can I locate this, or when are tutorial services open, or things like that. In order to implement that, in order to get the full benefit that the college is offering, we need people to understand where to locate these resources.
All right. Question number 2. What leadership qualities do you believe an SGA president or vice president must possess? And what leadership skills do you have that match this qualification? So Emily, we're going to start with you.
I believe that an SGA president needs to be approachable, personable, and outgoing in order to be in touch with the student body and in order to know what issues they're facing currently. I believe that I have all of the qualities mentioned. During my time in SGA as the secretary and also as the chair of the recruitment committee, I used my personality in order to recruit a diverse range of students for our student senate. I also have innate leadership skills as proven by the exam that I took, the statewide exams that I took as part of Phi Beta Lambda, the business club. It was an exam in organizational behavior and leadership, and it gauged people's knowledge on how to lead communities. And I placed first in the entire state of Pennsylvania, and we'll be going on to nationals. But overall, even throughout campaigning, I've shown that I'm an outgoing person who knows how to approach people, and I feel like that's really important in a leader, because if you don't approach people, how are you going to know what issues they're facing?
I think the 3 biggest qualities that you should have are to be organized, be responsible, and be able to delegate. So throughout my years of service with different nonprofit and for-profit organizations, I've held different managerial positions, and I know well how to delegate, be responsible, and be organized in my work. So the main thing with SGA is that no one student can do it alone. So we have to be able to find the people that are able to accomplish a task in the best way and delegate to them.
Thank you. Now for the vice presidential candidate.
The main abilities that I think a vice president should have is be able to communicate and being able to take criticism. I'm able to communicate because I have spent countless hours volunteering in libraries and hospitals, and I also am a peer mentor here at the school. I also have communicated with the Student Life Committee at the school and ICC meetings that I've attended. Because the main goal of vice president is to communicate with clubs, and that's what I think I do a very good job at. With being able to be self-critical, I try to take criticism as well as possible and try to improve what I do.
I feel as a vice president, the qualities or leadership qualities that they should possess is personable, ambitious, and outgoing. Really, as the vice president, you are oriented around the clubs on campus and making sure everybody's involved, everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing, and having fun while doing it. To possess those qualities, you need to be outgoing only because you're meeting with several different people all throughout throughout your entire term, meeting with different clubs, making sure that they're all on the right track and whatnot. I feel really it comes down to being, you must be outgoing. As a vice president, you are committed to your clubs and controlling all the ICC meetings and making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to be. So.
All right, last but not least, William.
I think as the SGA president, some of the main qualities that would make any of us a great candidate would be obviously time management, outgoing, being able to communicate effectively, listening to your team members and not just delegating what needs to be done, taking other people's advice into consideration and working as a team, and leading by example.
All right. Question number 3. Montgomery County Community College has a wide variety of students, including diversity in age, part-time students versus full-time, race, their transfer status, or if they're looking to enter the workforce, veteran status. How will you, as SGA president or vice president, support each of our students, and how will you be able to connect with them?
I think that there are definitely a large array of students. I've actually had the opportunity to be in multiple different situations where I've been a part-time, full-time. I've worked full-time while taking classes part-time. I've been a night student. I work here on campus as well. So I really have a firm grasp on a lot of different aspects of students that are here on campus. So I think that the biggest thing is being able to find ways to communicate with those students. So through the work of my Student Resources Committee, I think being able to establish connections between students and the student government, as well as faculty on campus, we can definitely make it a very big priority on hearing their issues and figuring out what needs to be done on campus.
Montgomery County Community College has a wide variety of students, which are diverse in age, their part-time or full-time status as a student, the race, whether they're a transfer student or they're looking to enter the workforce. How will you, as the vice president, support each of these students, and how do you think you can connect with them?
Yes, no doubt. Well, I want to go back to my job title as peer mentor here at the school. In this instance, I help plenty of people, people that are returning back to school, people who are transferring here, people who are first-time students and really skittish, people who are dual enrollment, people who just trying to get a job, get a few courses here so they can further their education through their job. And I have been helping them throughout this semester do that with scheduling their classes, helping them change their major, and stuff, and things of that nature. And what I will continue doing is helping through my job and also trying to communicate resources that the school has. Thank you.
Montgomery County Community College has a wide variety of students. They're diverse in their age, their student status, part-time versus full-time, a variety of races, whether they're planning on transferring after Monco or they are looking to enter the workforce. How will you, as Vice President, support each of these students, and how do you plan on connecting with them?
So personally, I am a full-time student. I also work 40 hours a week, so I completely understand how it is to go to work full-time and work to support yourself. I also have aspirations of transferring out to a four-year university to acquire my bachelor's degree. So I completely understand what needs to be done and what people are going through on a daily basis to kind of get to where they want to go. So in order to connect with them, I feel really is to go back on the resource thing, make sure they have all the resources they need with advisors, when transferring your transcripts over to different four-year universities, and also coping with the stress and the dealing with it, supporting yourself and maybe a family or things like that. So I completely understand what people go through in that degree.
All right, going to our presidential candidates. Montgomery County Community College has a wide variety of students which are diverse not only in age, but their student status, whether they're part-time versus full-time, race, their gender, the transfer student status, if they're planning on going to a four-year, or if they're looking to enter the workforce. How will you, as president, support each of these students, and how do you plan on connecting with them?
Well, I think right off the bat, I connect with them automatically because not only am I a full-time student, but I'm also a part-time faculty member here as well. So I know what it's like to try and juggle, school and work and social life and parenting and the hardships of being able to manage your time appropriately. Plus, I also know the stresses that come with applying to other four-year institutions, as well as putting together your educational or your academic resume and writing essays. So I think as your president, if I am elected your president, I would try to fight for the students to build a help center to actually assist the students with some of the difficult issues they face while transitioning to a four-year college or a workforce. Excuse me, not a workforce, but going out into full employment. Full-time employment.
No, I'm good. To start off, one of the things that I love about Monco is its diversity. I've met people ranging from ages 16 to maybe like 70, 80 years old, and it's awesome to be able to interact with such a diverse group of students. That being said, I realize that student government may not have met the needs of all of these students over the past few years. In order to combat this, I plan on recruiting extensively, just as I did in the past year. I'm going to delegate people to recruit people from Central Campus, West Campus, Culinary Campus, in order to make sure that different voices are represented within SGA. I'm going to be talking to people personally to make sure that people feel like their voices are heard. And I think a really important aspect of that is remaining approachable and open, which I think I'm able to achieve. Additionally, I'm going to be making sure to direct these students to the resources that they need in order to succeed, which I think Monco already does a great job at. Students just don't know about it yet.
All right, we're going to start over here with Asteri for this question, and this is, what do you see as the role of SGA, Student Government Association?
I actually had this explained to me during a train ride. Sorry about this. So what the clubs are is a manifestation of the student body. And what the SGA is like the head of the manifestations of the student body. So what we're supposed to do is be as diverse, which I don't think we are, as a student body, and be as, and hear what the people say and what they do. And what our role is to show them how much the school offers and how to help them better their education here and have a better life here.
To kind of explain what the moral of student government is, I would feel is, as a student government senator, president, vice president, just a student government as a whole, you're essentially the voice of the students that go here to Monco. You are what helps to implement things, different implementing different resources, different procedures, getting the most out of the school for the students. Really, it comes down to, as a voice, you need to do your best, and as a vice president or a president, you need to do your best to really kind of voice the students' opinions, voice their concerns, and make sure everybody's heard.
All right, now the presidential candidates, what do you believe is the role of Student Government Association?
I believe the Student Government Association is, like my other colleagues mentioned, it's, we're the voice of MC3. We're the voice of all the students who don't have an opportunity to be heard. We're the voice of everyone who's trying to implement change, not only in the world, but here on campus for themselves and for everyone else. So as the SGA president, my job is to listen as well as try and accommodate everybody's needs and wants.
I believe that the role of student government is the same as any other government role. It's to represent the people. In order to do this, I think student government represents the voices of everyone at Monco, and we identify problems within the student body, and we work towards achieving goals that will improve the life of the student body. And as president, I'll be sure to be doing that, as we have been in past years.
I think that the role of the Student Government Association is to address and find solutions for the student body, any problems that they have, any needs that arise, anything at all that could adversely affect their lives on campus. And I also think that they should also support initiatives that improve the student life here on campus and make sure that everyone has everything available that they need.
Final question from me, and then we'll open it up to the group. Student Government Association officers are given a lot of responsibility, and as student leaders are held to a higher standard. How do you plan on meeting the expectation of serving on committees, attending student government meetings, and meeting your goals?
In order to really it comes down to actually is keeping your promises. So as in my campaign statement, I promise, or I hope to promise, to revamp the game rooms for Central Campus and music room, things like that. I want to make it more of a friendly atmosphere for students and kind of update things in a way. Make sure everybody has the resources that they need, make sure everybody has the help that they have or they really are looking for. Make sure everybody has somebody to go to and has somebody to turn to.
Want the question repeated? Student government officers are given a lot of responsibility, and as student leaders often held to a higher standard. How do you plan on meeting the expectation while serving on college-wide committees, hosting SGA meetings, and meeting your goals?
Can you repeat it one more time?
No, that's okay. Student government officers are given a lot of responsibility, and as student leaders often held to a higher standard. They're asked to serve on, SGA president's asked to serve on college-wide committees, you have to run SGA meetings, and then there's also your goals and plans for achievement. So how do you plan on meeting that higher expectation as a student?
Well, I think as SGA president, I think the number one thing that I would personally have to focus on, not that I have an issue with it, is time management, only because you're going to be pulled in many directions. You're focusing on your schoolwork, you're focusing on the other officers in the SGA, you're focusing on the students who have, things that they would like to see addressed and, fixed. And like my other colleague said, keeping your promise, saying something and not following through with it isn't going to, build a good reputation for you. So you have to say what you mean and mean what you do.
No, I'm good. I believe that I'll be able to meet up to all the expectations of a student leader because I've been subject to those expectations in the past year. In the past year, I've served as an officer of 3 clubs, been a member of 2, and served as the Secretary of Student Government and managed to do so by achieving all my goals, staying on task, keeping track of my time, and I believe that I'll be able to continue to do so as the student government president. Like my candidate said, I think keeping your promises is a really important part of meeting up to your expectations as the student government president, and I think that I believe in myself to be able to do so, and I hope all of you believe in me to do so as well because of my past track record of serving the community.
Over the past year, I faithfully served as the student government treasurer, and I've only missed, I think, one meeting in my entire tenure this year as student government treasurer, including different committee meetings, as well as meeting with the Interclub Council. Recently, I was named the Club Leader of the Year by the Student Leadership Involvement Office. With my work as the Vice President in Phi Beta Lambda, where we also had 2 meetings a week, and I was able to juggle multiple different time commitments and make sure everything went swimmingly.
Time management. Time management, time management, time management. I don't know how much I can say it. I am a science major, and a lot of things that I do is use my weekends to study, and then use my time at school as wisely as I possibly can, and then outside of school, which I don't have much of, I try to make sure that I have everything organized. And time management is so important. I know I've said it like 5 times already. But you have to organize what you're going to do every day, how you're going to do it, how much of it you can actually do, and that's why I think it's the most important thing that we can do, and the most important to the people that we're trying to help out with.
All right, thank you. So I'm not closing it yet, but as a reminder, you did get an email to your student email account this morning. If we are holding SGA elections now through Thursday, log on to follow the link in that email to vote for the candidate of your choice. We have our vice presidential candidates and our presidential candidates. Do you have any questions from the audience?
My name is Donnell, co-station manager of Montgomery Radio. I just got a 2-part question. First one is, we noticed that we aren't aired in the cafeteria or anywhere outside of the ACT or ATC, ACT. We are taking tests, and just that. And what are you guys going to do to kind of broaden not just our club but other clubs around the campus?
All right, so we will start at the beginning, I guess, like we did before. We'll go right down the line, starting with our presidential candidate.
So one of the things that I would like to implement if I am elected SGA president over the next year is coordinating annual competitions between all clubs to develop better team building and relationships, as well as getting people to break out of their comfort zone and meet new people. Also, potentially organizing student talent shows / fashion shows for everyone out there who enjoys doing that. But again, it also brings people together as a group. And I think, there's always strength in numbers.
Like my opponent William said, I believe that it's very important to be able to direct students to these different resources and help them connect to other students on campus. And part of my plan, if I'm elected to the presidency, is to hold question and answer sessions across campus. And I believe that I'll be able to expand and recruit for clubs such as Radio Club or other such student-sponsored clubs by directing students who come to me and say, hey, I want to get more involved on campus and I have an interest in so and such. I have an interest in broadcasting. I have an interest in, getting my voice out to the community. I would say, well, how about you check out Monco Radio? And I would be directing them to the OrgSync page or giving them the contact information of the club leader so that they're able to do the activities that they enjoy, and club leaders in turn can recruit people for their clubs.
First of all, I would like to thank you for asking for your question. I definitely want to hear the voice of the students, and this is a great first step. So I did not know that Monco Radio was not played in anywhere but the ATC, or the ACTs for that matter. We've all taken them. They're not very fun. And I think the Monco Radio would definitely make it more enjoyable. So, but on a more serious note, I definitely think that utilizing the Student Resources Committee that I want to found, that we can definitely make it available to students through either a stereo system in the cafeteria or some kind of situation that we can discover. I also want to establish a Student Involvement Committee, which will be the keystone of my Student Government Association, which will focus on assisting clubs in event planning and advertising and making sure that fun and interesting events are held on campus. So.
Well, first of all, we don't have a PA system. Sorry. Second of all, I don't think anyone knows really how to access Monco Radio. Is it, like, what's the station? I don't know. I'm sorry. Just putting that out there. As I said before, I do want a hotspot here at Park House during downtime so we can advertise it better, along with other clubs. And the ICC meetings, I think, need to be improved. I think Christian, our vice president, has done a better job than it was previously done. And we've been developing a better communication between clubs and student government, and I think I want to continue doing that through ICC meetings. Thank you.
To be completely honest, I've heard Monco Radio maybe once or twice. I've never really heard it anywhere else other than the ATC, so you're completely right. But in order to implement that to be able to be heard, or just in general for clubs to be heard in general, really comes down to getting people together, like William was saying, getting people together, making sure they're being able to do what they want to do, essentially, or making sure that we have the resources to do it again, like say with the PA system in the cafeteria, or making some kind of radio or something that could be projected, or Monco Radio could be projected from. But really it comes down to just making sure everybody has everything they need and everything that they have available to them is being used the proper way.
All right, I think we have time for one more question and closing statements because I know class is coming and people have tests and we want to be respectful of everyone's time. So.
Hi, how you doing? My name is Bob Hartnett. Like Bill, I served in the military. With that being said, coming here was probably one of the best experiences of my life. I enjoy coming here. However, I just don't think this school does enough to promote the resources that they have to kind of lure people to come here. Things such as the radio club, our new building, which is going to host dental hygiene, nursing, our tutor center, which is probably second to none. A lot of the clubs that we have here are really great. I'm a member of the History Club, the Veterans Club, the Radio Club, a technology center. We're second in innovation and technology. And when I go out to these schools, or I even talk to some of my friends, brothers and sisters, they knew nothing about that. Are there any ideas to try and promote this stuff?
I believe that when it comes to promoting all of Monco's great resources outside of the Monco community, SGA needs to work in conjunction with our marketing team in order to get the word out to the community about what a great place Monco is to, work and study. The role that SGA could play in this is to, collect information from students about what they love the most about Monco, what they appreciate, like the tutoring center, the new building, and we can give this information to marketing so that we can really emphasize it when marketing Monco to potential students. In addition, I know that several SGA members have served as representatives on question and answer sessions for potential Monco students. I know I've personally been recruited for one where potential students come in and ask questions, and in order to really promote Monco, I'll be sure that Monco leaders, SGA leaders, are well informed on these matters so they can speak to them.
Thank you for your question, and thank you for your service to our country. I think that I've definitely touched on this issue a lot with the founding of my Student Resources Committee, but I'd like to take the time to address one of the ways that I think I can reach the student body. So you all know that we have about 1,000, probably maybe more like 1 million computers here on campus. Each one of them has a lock screen that defaults to when nobody's using it. I think if we were able to make that a slideshow with different announcements that are around the campus, we could definitely be able to reach almost every single student here on campus. So that's just my biggest and main idea for that committee. But I think utilizing all the brilliant students we have here on campus, we can find even more great ideas to help make sure that things are known around campus.
Yeah, Tom brought up a really good point and a really simple solution for communicating. And I've been hearing that communication is really the most priority for most people here. And again, the hotspot is something that I really want to get off and running. But I also think that what Emily said about marketing was also very important, because marketing is something that most companies do to promote their product. And what we need to do is also market to the public for people to know more and more about what we offer. Another thing that we could possibly do is just go around cafeteria or hotspots in the school and just say, hey, this is some stuff that we have. We have really good tutoring. We have resources for you guys to use, and we just want you to know about it.
I just want to say, I think Thomas brought up actually a really great point coming down to the marketing standpoint of what the college is about. They don't really, from what I've noticed, there isn't really anything talked about throughout the students, except for maybe a couple bulletin boards that have a few things that talk about our resources and things like that. Honestly, one big thing that I take advantage of is actually tutorial services. Not a lot of people know that there's actually an online tutoring center that you can go to at 12 o'clock in the morning if you need it, and I've been using that recently a lot. People don't know about that. People don't know about what different clubs are doing. People don't know about what is being available or being made available to them through tutorial services, through Monco Radio, and such like that. But I feel in order to get the name or the word out there is using things like Monco Radio or the TVs and the bulletin boards throughout the campus to kind of implement and advertise what is being held here.
All right, and it is just about 1:30, so we're going to do closing wrap-up statements very quickly. Please just remind everyone of your name, what position you are running for, and anything that you wanted to get out and about that you didn't have a chance to. And we're going to run this way so that all the candidates can. Oh, Bill.
That's all right. I didn't want to answer the question anyway. Thank you for your question, Bob. I think one of the things that I would like to implement to help market all the resources that MC3 has here on campus is at our welcome day in the fall when all our new students arrive and they get escorted around the campus. Reiterating to them, hey, these are the different clubs that we offer. These are the different types of tutoring centers that are available for you. Also the other assets outside of those, and just trying to introduce them into the student body, to get them familiarized with the campus and I guess a better understanding of what we have here at MC3 to help their academic success go swimmingly.
Same thing. So name and your closing statement.
My name is Kyle Morelli, running for Vice President for Student Government. I honestly just want to say thank you for sitting here listening, taking the time to kind of understand what we're here and what we're here to do. I feel honestly, if elected president, make sure everybody's heard, everybody has everything available to them and is as neatly as possible, I guess you could say. Everybody knows what's going on and make it a more friendly community, essentially.
Hi, my name is Sarah Leah. I'm running for Vice President. I really want to improve communication between SGA students and student clubs, and I think I could do a really good job at it.
Okay, and I do want to be respectful. So if the vice president, I know you have a test. So if you guys want to go, we'll finish up with the presidents very quickly, because you have to be a student before you could be a student leader. So go to your test. And these are our three presidential candidates. Just your name and a closing statement, please.
My name is Thomas Meehan. I'm running for president of student government. I think that the biggest reason to vote for me is my definite years of experience that I bring. If you want to get a more in-depth look in that, you can check me out on LinkedIn. But my name is Thomas Meehan, and I want Meehan Business.
My name is Emily Shim, and I believe in everything that I've said during this debate, and I urge you all to check out my platform either by visiting the voting page or by contacting me. My contact information is on posters around campus as well as on the business cards that I'll be handing out later. Thank you everyone for coming to this debate, and I hope to earn your vote.
So I'm William Keller. I'm running for SGA president. I labeled a few of the things that I have done throughout my academic career here at MC3, but that's not what I'm basing my job as president on. I want to prove to you that I can do the position by showing you personally. I want to get involved with more clubs and more, I guess, becoming more familiarized with students here on campus. And if you give me an opportunity to be your SGA president, I will make a lot of the things happen that I promised. Thank you.
Okay, as a reminder, check your student email. You would have received an email this morning from Get Involved. Follow the link to vote for your SGA, your student government president or vice president, now through Thursday night. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.